there was no cable, there's no computer, so there was, if he could read books, even the resources that he would have to get books from where he lived, very remote little place. So a lot of this information was um, uh, uh, beyond the comprehension of people who had access to a lot of the information about all the different ancient religions and the myths and things like that, or science or mathematics. And so it was amazing. And that's one of the things that was very hard to discredit, because he was an amazing being who could do amazing things with just a third grade education, living out in the middle of Switzerland in the middle of the woods. Is there a
No, we're just people got questions. Someone asked
questions?
what your name was. I said Rosebud, and then someone said, "Love you, Rosebud. You too, Justin." So
Oh,
we appreciate the
we
love.
love you. We appreciate the love, and boy, do I love to feel it.
Yes, it's an awesome
And
feeling.
we're all about spirituality, and all our messages always going to bring back to a positive message of how we can help you empower yourselves, and how we're trying to empower ourselves. And I know Justin is a master. He's out there every night meditating and trying to help secure the collective consciousness to be safe and move through this space of shifting in our consciousness. So Justin is a master. I'm actually older than Justin. I'm his aunt. Have a lot more experiences, but I would say I understand Justin because I fall under Justin. Justin has now become someone that I'm looking up to and learning from. So he has a very big background in martial arts and in meditation, and I know him from a little child. So when he's working on this, he is serious. We live together. Justin's life, this is his life, this is serious, and we are here to help save the planet. And whatever effort that we can make, and we just want to share our love, and we appreciate the love that you're sending to us.
Very much. And my whole view of it is I am no master, I am a student. I learn a lot from Rosebud. I think we both learn from each other as much as we learn from everyone with your wonderful comments and references and material. It just seems there's not enough hours in the day to get to all this information, because there's so much out there we want to uncover. There's so much to do. That's why we need your help.
Right.
Help share this information, or put together your own show. Help spread this universal consciousness of love. Is the greatest thing you could do, and I feel that's our destiny here. And Billy Meyer says the same thing. He was told our whole purpose is to evolve spiritually as humans.
And we are in the process of evolving, and there's a lot of things that are going on now that are going to look pretty nasty and negative, but we have the power to change that, to transform that consciousness, but we can't do it alone. All the meditation and prayer and moments of silence and peace that individually we can do, the most we can do, the better. But we need to be collectively spreading this, because more and more people getting involved in this. Just like saying no to the vaccine, we are a force, in numbers, that are evolving, that will shift this consciousness. It's called the critical mass. And that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm praying for, because individually I feel very powerless against the collective negative that seems to be out there, spreading the message, swine flu, all this kind of, another world, another war, fighting scarcity, food shortages, all that. We do what we can do. Like we say, knowledge is power, but then we have to move inside ourselves and really find that place where we are connected to other beings from the realm of the other worlds and universal consciousness, because I think we're all tapped into each other. It's just one force. We're all one big giant soul trying to transform into this new level of awareness, this new density. And so that's why we feel that time for action is now. I mean, it's really not about doing anything. The action is the inaction to the negativity, and the action to the positive power and strength that we have within us. So reaching out, we find so many people are waking up. I'm just totally every day I put on our Esoteric Cosmos website, and I'm just totally amazed at how many people who send us personal emails who are helping to get this message out and doing their own little thing in their own part of the world, and it's global.
Right.
It's absolutely global.
Right now, more than ever, we need people to take leadership. This is the biggest lack that I sense in the human being or the human spirit, and that's leadership. To get knowledge for yourself. Don't accept things being fed to you on television or media, but seek knowledge for yourself and lead. Help other people. I mean, your own personal leadership could change the lives of tens of thousands, if not millions of people. And like Rosebud just said, now is the time. We see the game panning out. You know, it's a big chess match, you know, to the elites. And there are many moves ahead of us. So we need to think more intelligently than our opponent if we could expect to beat our opponent. But before we could even expect to beat our opponent, we need to know the rules of the game.
Right.
So why don't we share with them, you know, some things that they could do to prepare for this swine flu and what's to come? Because I already seen the deck of cards laid out, or the game, the moves that they're making. And, you know, more than anything, I don't want to see them win. I mean, I think we can do it, but we need to come together and stand up with leadership.
Right. And one of the things is that you just say no, and you don't do it with force. You don't want to do it where you're antagonizing them. If they ask you your name and your where you live, don't give that information. They don't have a right to even ask you. These are some of the things you'll find on Justin will post a website. There's a whole series of how our laws work. So if someone would approach you in your house and say, you haven't gotten the swine flu shot, or we need you to do this, that, or the next thing, our rights in our individual rights are protected if we follow. It's their game.
Right.
We have to follow their game. So never give your name. Never even say you understand, because when you say you understand, you're putting yourself under their control. You're placing yourself under their understanding. And that's right away another thing that they could haul you off into a FEMA camp, or just, hold you the gun to your head and give you the shot. So learn how to play their game that they have created, that we know nothing about, with our social security numbers and our birth certificate. Never sign anything that has capital letters, because that's the
corporation.
Because we are part of the corporation. We are not a person, so we're considered. When we use our small letters of our name, we are considered a private person. But when we use it, if you see on your birth certificate, and I think Jordan Maxwell goes into this in detail, all the capital letters mean that it's a legal document, and you just fallen into the obligation of the court system. And now you're stuck within the realm of what they're doing. But you can fight this by understanding how this works. They come to your house, say, yeah, I live here, but I'm not giving you any information. I don't understand what you're talking about. I mean, that'll get them, and they'll try to antagonize you and because the local police and sheriffs, they're not used to people, unless they're totally insane, coming against them like that. So then they'll be, going back to headquarters.